I hate throwing out tools, especially tools that I think I can probably fix. We're doing a staining video right now. I'm staining some pine doors and I made a huge mistake. Here's our first coat, looks really nice. Then we have a problem. I don't know what happened here. Not unusual. There's a link below to watch that video there. And I need to sand down one of the doors again. And I was like, well, I need my palm sander. Both my palm sanders are broken. Long story, but we were drywalling a 12-foot high ceiling and one of my team liked to sand down the butt joints with a palm sander. And so he used my sanders and I think I can fix them. They're broken now. I think it's an easy fix. And I thought, let's just show people, don't throw out your tools, take them apart, try and fix them. So today on GardenFork, power tool repair. Here we go. I picked up a spray can of electronic cleaner. This stuff's handy to have around. And I got a Phillips. These are really deep screws here. Do this on an area that it's okay to make a mess on. My counter is perfect for this. That comes off. Put that somewhere safe. If you look down in here, you can see these are Phillips screws, so that's works. Sometimes they're Torx, which makes things a little more difficult sometimes. These are coming out. Well, this one comes out easy. So we'll take these out. You know, we had a tool bucket video the other day. Today on GardenFork, the tool bucket tour. Blech. And I talked about these little different sets of drill bits I have, drill points, and this is going to come in very handy for this because it's kind of hard to get out. So I'm going to take my deep, long, put it on my screw gun, this to here, nice. There might be a screw under one of these labels, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try and split this. Don't cringe, this is a disposable wood chisel. Make sure this is unplugged, by the way. There's an O-ring here that's holding this together because that's a little seal. Take that out. I'm going to take the pad out. Nice. 2 more screws holding it in. You want to take one side off and hope that the motor stays with the other side, like that. Okay, there might be a reason why this thing doesn't work anymore. I'm hoping between blowing this out with some compressed air, cleaning off the electronics with the electronics cleaner, that this will look a lot better and start running again. Because I hate throwing stuff out, so it's all about fixing. If I can do this, you can do it. And at worst, it doesn't work already. This is a really cool project, I think, for kids. This is how I got into fixing things, is my dad brought home broken tools and I would take them apart. Make sure it's unplugged, by the way. All right, T, go outside. Wear eye and ear protection, it's gonna make a lot of noise. And I'm gonna spray on the brushes, and I think this is called the commutator. If your brushes pop out, you could just push them back in again. That looks so much better. Let's see if it starts. All right, moment of truth. I think if this switch is burnt out, maybe I can just hardwire it and then put an inline switch here. But let's see what happens. This might spit out a bunch of junk. Ready? Darn. I was hoping that would work. I want to test this switch real quick. So that's off, that's set to on. I've got a multimeter here set to one of my ohm settings. When these two probes make contact, electrical contact, that goes to 0 there. Goes back to 0, there you go. So I'm going to test across these two connections here now that the switch is turned on. So it's hard to do this and run the camera. Whoa! I forgot to unplug the sander before I started testing the switch. So that's why that thing jolted like that. But that tells me that the problem's probably in the switch. I'm going to hardwire the motor to the power. This switch I'm going to disconnect, and I bought an inline switch that will replace it. All right, make sure this is unplugged. Proceed as follows. I want to keep as much of this wire as I can, so I'm gonna, that was graceful, take apart this switch, and then I'm gonna cut these wires as close to the spade clip as I can. Then I'll strip these. So then I'm going to take those two wires and put a wire nut on there. We want the wires to follow their original route so they fit when the case goes back together. Wire up your bypass switch. Cut the rubber here and here. Don't cut all the way through it. All right, that took a while, but we've got the common wire going across, the black wire going through the switch. I was able to fix the second palm sander by just taking it apart and spraying into the switch with the electronics cleaner. Just jammed it in there, went shh, worked really well. Boom, we're good to go. So you can do this. Should I turn these on? Yeah. If I can do it, you can do it. Let me know what you're doing in the comments below. And always, put out stuff like this every week. Hit the subscribe button. More of this kind of thing. Eclectic DIY and Labradors. See you later.